The operative word for this video is nuances. It's the nuances, and when you know those nuances and apply those nuances, that's the game changer. That is what will separate your book from the pack on Amazon KDP. Now, let's dive into our first nuance. Meet John, an insightful self-publisher who discovered the magic of identifying and filling unsolved gaps in his niche. This is what I like to call John's discovery. John was an avid writer in the self-help genre, and he noticed that despite the oversaturation of books available, he noticed that a lot of readers were still dissatisfied with what they was getting. So what John did, which was very smart, was instead of guessing what was missing within his niche, John started to read the reviews of the books within his niche on Amazon. He meticulously analysed the reviews of the bestsellers and underperformers. This way, he was able to summarise the overall sentiment within his niche. And what stood out for John was the amount of readers stating they felt dissatisfied with the generic advice given and wanted actionable steps they could take to improve their situation. So what John did was, he created his book and made sure to address these massive pain points that most readers had, and he created actionable steps within his book. Then John used this as his unique selling point in his book cover, A+ content and description. So the key takeaways from John's discovery is: identify gaps. Read through Amazon reviews to understand what readers feel is missing. Analyze the sentiment. Summarize common complaints and desires. Fill the gap. Create content that directly addresses these needs. Market the solution. Highlight how your book solves the main pain point that other authors within your genre has not addressed. Before we move on to our next story, if you're finding these insights valuable and want to dive deeper into mastering Amazon KDP, check out my Udemy course, How to Excel on Amazon KDP. The link's in the description. Next, let's talk about leveraging social media influencers. Here's how Madison, a savvy self-publisher, used influencers to boost her book sales. This is a story of Madison and the influencers. Madison had written a fascinating fantasy novel, but struggled to gain traction. She decided to harness the power of social media influencers. However, she knew it wasn't just about picking anyone with a large following. Madison scrutinized influencers' view counts and engagement rates in the comment section. She looked for influencers with an active and engaged audience because that indicated a real connection with their followers. Madison collaborated with influencers that had a connection with their audience. This way, when that influencer introduces her book to their audience, it will connect because they know, like, and trust this influencer, and their audience holds the opinion of this influencer in a high regard. You see, the reason why this works so well is because Madison used what I like to call the success by association method. That is what the company Nike did in the early 80s when they collaborated with Michael Jordan and leveraged the quote-unquote high regard that his audience had for him. You see, this strategy paid off because the influencer that Madison collaborated with has a highly engaged audience, and that influencer is regarded as successful, trusted and admired by their audience. And once Madison positioned her book within that, she received the benefits of success by association. And that's the power of influencer marketing. So the key takeaways from Madison's story is: choose wisely. Focus on influencers with high engagement, not just large followings. Check metrics. Analyze view counts and comment engagements. Build relationships. Collaborate authentically with influencers. Drive sales. Utilize influencers' trust with their audience to promote your book. Finally, let's explore how David expanded his market reach and saw immense success. This is a story of David going global. David initially targeted the UK market for his historical fiction novel. You see, David's sales were okay, but he knew there wasn't much room to increase his sales. So David started advertising in other English-speaking countries and even non-English-speaking countries, ones like Netherlands and Denmark, where English books are popular. Additionally, he translated his book into Spanish, French and German, so that opened up new markets. David also learned about cultural sensitivities and tailored his social media content for each market. He collaborated with local influencers to promote his translated books, ensuring that a broader reach and a higher engagement. So the key takeaways from David's story is: expand horizons. Don't limit your book to one market. Translate your book. Consider translating them into major languages like Spanish, French and German. Understand cultures. Tailor marketing strategies for different cultural contexts. Local collaborations. Work with local influencers for a targeted promotion. To recap, the 3 powerful strategies are: identify and fill gaps in your niche. Leverage influencers with high engagement and expand your market reach through international advertising and translations. By adopting these unconventional approaches, you can significantly enhance your success on Amazon KDP. Subscribe to my channel for concise, actionable KDP strategies that are designed for maximum learner retention. Empower your self-publishing journey with story-driven insights and gain a strategic advantage in your genre. So which strategy are you most excited to try for your next book? Put your answers in the comments below. Until next time.